What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out Call of Duty Season 3 on this little FIREBAT mini PC here. So, I don't know if it's even going to be remotely playable, because for me personally, I have to have 60 plus, preferably more like 100 plus to be good at a first-person shooter. But 60 is a bare minimum, just like racing games and fighting games for me also are bare minimum of 60. But I don't know how this one's going to act, so I guess we're going to have to go in and find out. So the basic plan here is to start off on this guy. We're going to skip the Steam Deck because it's not supported due to anti-cheat, and then we'll move on to the Ally after that and just do all the systems, all the way up to the 3090 TV PC. Now that should be fun. Kind of see how it plays on all of them. I think I've played this on other ones, but I don't know. They might update the graphics and fiddle around with stuff in the background, so it might change. Might be the exact same game with a different season attached to the top of it. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, there's some systems that I don't think we have gotten Call of Duty Warzone in quite a while, so we can just do that. Anyway, why don't we now stop blabbing and let's get ourselves into that game. We'll look at the settings we're going to use and then get ourselves some gameplay. Alright, so here's the settings we're going to try. We're just going to play at 720p, just native resolution. We're not going to do 720p and FSR. Though you can try like doing 1080p and then using FSR if you'd like, but I don't really think you're going to get better FPS than just running 720p native on this thing. Unless you're okay with it dropping all the way down to like 360p or something like that, but I don't think I'd be able to play it like that. So, here's the rest of the settings, the quality settings. Everything's on very low. Or off. Some things are on, like texture just man streaming. I mean, there's no reason to turn that off. But most other stuff is off. And then the last thing is view. I just put the field of view up to 90. I'm just going to leave that alone because I'm probably not going to be in third person like ever. I don't ride motorcycles or... not motorcycles, what do they call them? The little ATVs or any of that shit in this game, so I don't think that'll really be that big deal. But anyway, now we got that out of the way, let's go try to hop into the game and we'll see how it does. It might not even get playable FPS, it might be a complete shit show for all I know, even at these settings, but only one way to find out. Alright, it definitely has some hitching or something.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the guys.
Alright, so this hitching and whatnot doesn't make this very enjoyable. It might just be because of the Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi on this thing is kind of garbage.
Head shit gave the green light.
Because we're in like a very small little apartment, and the freaking router is like right over in the other room, like right behind that door. I could get to it in less than a second.
I'll see you on the other side.
But maybe that was just the beginning. Let's see how it does once we're actually in the game.
Battle Royale. You got gas closing in fast. Unhouse yourself to the safe zone. Gas dropping en route.
Yeah, no, it still seems to be hitching. So I think this thing would be okay if you had it plugged hardwired, but last time I tried to do something online for somebody, it also kind of lagged and was terrible. Can't remember what game they had me test, but it was not good. So yeah, so far from what I've seen, this is completely unplayable on this PC. It's not like the FPS is that bad, it's the hitching. You can't shoot people when it's like this.
You're clear to engage all targets.
It's impossible. And I don't think it's the game. I think it's either the PC or the... I think it's the PC, and I'm pretty sure it's the Wi-Fi. But we'll see once we get to the Ally. If the Ally does this too, then we'll know it's probably just the game is too much for these little handheld or little cheap
Enemies
systems
dropping into
with
the AO.
Whatchamacallit, 8 cores and all that stuff. The 680M and the 780M. Yeah, there's another guy right there. So yeah, this might just be a really short video, because A, I feel like people are around I couldn't parachute properly because I couldn't even hit the button. Yeah, this hitching isn't playable. You can't play a first-person shooter with this nonsense going on. This is insane. So this thing seems to be okay for just simple, easy-to-run games that aren't online. Like, if you just want to play some indie games, go for it. It seems to be fine at those. But when you try to play a game like this, on Wi-Fi anyway, it's terrible. I tried it a little bit, not on Wi-Fi, and it did a lot better. Although it could also be something to do with the freaking VRAM. Maybe it doesn't have enough VRAM, so it's sitting there trying to put assets into 400 megabytes of memory. Or that thing's possibly reading it wrong. I have no idea. All I know is this is not a very fun experience for this particular game. Now, I played games like, what is it? Like that American Truck Driving Simulator and, what is that other one? That Alex Jones game. Like pixel games and stuff like that. Vampire Survivors, all those play just fine. None of this hitching or any of that stuff. But I think every online game I've tried hitches like this. At least on Wi-Fi. The one time I tried something else, I think it was Valorant for somebody. I didn't actually get any footage of it. I just kind of decided to go try it real quick for him and tell him what it got, you know? Wow. I'll close the door so people don't think I'm in here. Alright, let's try to grab stuff.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
Oh yeah, that'll work out great.
Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
We're gonna totally be able to hit something with this, with like it acting like this on me with a controller. Fuck that, I'm taking that back. At least with this I have maybe a small possibility of killing people. Although not with it doing this. This is insane. But like I always tell people, I show people when my stuff does good and when my stuff does bad. In this game, it obviously doesn't do good. But all this hitching and stuff, yeah, makes this completely unplayable. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but I know a lot of people skip around my videos. They don't sit there and watch the whole thing start to finish. Totally understandable too. It's not exactly the most interesting video. People come in to see how it runs. If it runs good, they stop the video. If they think it runs bad, they stop the video. They get what they want pretty quick, you know?
Gas is moving.
Couldn't even deploy my shooter or anything. Couldn't grab on. I hit X and did everything, but it just was lagging so bad I couldn't do nothing.
You gave it a solid try. Time to head back to base.
Moving this way.
Failure
That
ain't
and people
fatal.
use,
It's just an opportunity to
people
do
use
better.
auto aim in this game, which I think is basically hacked, so I'll never be able to beat anybody that uses a controller either.
Right there.
But anyway, this game is absolute dog shit on this little mini PC, so I would not recommend ever attempting to play it on this thing. Because it gets good FPS, it's just the hitching and whatnot kills it. So, let's go wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Call of Duty on this mini PC, and it did not do well. That thing was a hitching mess. Completely unplayable. The FPS wasn't really that bad, but man, it was absolutely horrible with the hitching and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure it's the Wi-Fi's fault, but it also could be the fact that it was only using like 400 megabytes of RAM, and it's got to constantly, you know, put new assets into that 400 megabytes constantly, ergo making it just terrible. But still, it was good at other games, it's just this is not one of them. So I would not get this little mini PC if you want to play Call of Duty. If you want to play Call of Duty, I would honestly just go get yourself a freaking like Series S or something like that. Or go get a big, or just save up and get a much better PC than this. This little thing just can't handle this, apparently. It was fine for simple to run games like Vampire Survivors, that Alex Jones game, but apparently games like this, heck, it even did okay in the American Truck Driver Simulator. It didn't hitch or stutter or do any of this stuff, but Call of Duty, man, that was a horrible experience. Absolutely horrible. But at the same time, it could just be because of the RAM. So I remember trying something out for somebody where I plugged it directly into a wire to my router. I just brought it over and connected it to my 45-inch monitor and saw it, and it seemed to do a lot better, but it was still a little hitchy. So I think it was probably mostly that VRAM. So I gotta go into the BIOS and figure out where that's hidden, see if I can't increase the VRAM usage. Otherwise, it's not gonna be very good for games like this, at least in my opinion. But anyway, I still hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.